Well, hello, you guys, and welcome to this edition of Chauntel. So, I'm really excited today to talk to you guys about my summer season. But let me tell you, getting here and now was not an easy road. It was not an easy path. But there was a point in time where I was afraid to believe in what He gave me. And I want you to think about as you hear my story. Maybe you are also afraid to move in what God has given you. And I'm here to be the living witness that you don't have to be afraid in what God has given you, even if He hasn't given you all the information, right? Because we have a tendency to want it all at the beginning. But God doesn't always give us everything at the beginning. Sometimes He gives us the first faithful step. And how boring would it be if He did, right?
Becoming with Chauntel, aligning to God's purpose.
But I'm going to tell you, when I very first started sharing this becoming series with you guys almost about a month ago, I did not believe that what God had given me was special enough that my story was worth telling. In fact, I thought my story had to be more dramatic, more heavy, or bigger than what it was. But I was sharing this woe is me moment with my mom in the kitchen when my 4-year-old son walked up behind me and he said, "Mom, I want to hear your story." And that was the moment that I had some sense of clarity. It was a tear jerker for me. I mean, I didn't even know that he was standing beside me when I was sharing this, that I didn't feel like my story was worth telling. And all I needed was that unconditional love to say, yes, your story matters. Yes, people need to hear it. And it came from my own baby. Like, how special is that? And then God began to reveal it to me, but it took me asking. So, what God told me is that I had to move. And then the clarity that I wanted, that He would give it to me as I went. Because after my son had said that, I went home and I prayed a deep, deep prayer. I said, God, you've given me this Chauntel thing. You've given me the vision to help other people. Even when I walked away from YouTube and I've just been practicing my gift in real life, just helping people around me, the desire is still within me. But if you want me to do something else, make that clear. Because the thing is that I know that we live in a time where we can be anything, we can do anything, we can go many places, we can learn anything we want to learn. And so I was like, God, I could take the job, I can take the road. Not to say that I have a job, y'all. I told y'all about that last week. But I could go and become a career woman, or I could walk into this purpose-driven life that you've laid in front of me. What road do you want me to take? Which way do you want me to go? And that is when God said, move. Clarity comes through movement. You see, God had given me many visions over many years, and He had revealed to me exactly what I was meant to do. Ultimately, God put me here on this earth. He had me born to help others to find their purpose. And through my story, I'm meant to help others to find peace, not fear, but peace in what God has given them. And so God made that very clear. He showed it to me. Even one time I was sitting in church and my girls, they were both young. One of them was about 2, the other was 4. And I literally saw a flow chart in front of me. And it showed me Chauntel, and it showed all the branches that would come from it. And because I hadn't seen anything like this before, I just thought, this couldn't be. This is too big. This is too much. And I wonder, do you ask yourself the same question? Lord, is this too big? Lord, is this too much? Lord, is this really what you have for me? And I feel like God had me to go through all of these feelings and emotions that, I walked into on my own 2 feet because I'm meant to help other people find their way and to guide people through a path. I have to remember what God says. He says that if you commit your works unto him, commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. And so I began working, I began doing, I started posting again. I started posting onto this dry channel that I haven't been here for 4 years. I started posting and I started to feel again what this feels like to really use my God-given gifts and talents to help others. And like that's special. And the visions that he gave me, it's summer. I'm in my summer season, and in summer it's the season of doing. But in this season, you don't always see the fruits of your labor. So in the summer season, you have to move in faith. Faith like those 10 lepers who were healed as they went. Faith like the woman with the issue of blood from the Bible that was healed because of her faith in movement and grabbing Jesus's garment. Yes, my healing from that self-doubt, from that identity crisis that I was having inside after being a career woman and deciding to come home, that identity shift that I was making as I decided, you know what, I'm about to do this again. That moment that I had right here with you guys, just doing it, even though I was afraid, even though it didn't feel right, even though I didn't have the answers, that was the moment for my healing, was walking through it, believing it and doing it, even when I couldn't see it. And that is the exact definition of faith, because faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So although, in the faith moment, we can't always see what God is doing in our life, like we talked about in the first video of this becoming series. Those mushrooms, right? On the inside, they're growing, right? When you plant something and you begin to water it, you're not going to see it grow right away because there's a process that God has to send you through, just like he sent Abraham through, just like he sent Daniel through, just like he sent the lepers through. There's so many stories in the Bible. And so what would make mine or yours any different? Yes, we have to go through a process. And so, what God began to show me is that I should have confidence in what He has given me, because what He has given me is true, because I am uniquely and wonderfully made according to God's marvelous works. And you as well are uniquely and wonderfully made according to His marvelous works. And don't think that because when you are in the summer season, if you're not seeing the fruits of your labor, don't think that it doesn't matter, that things are not happening. Just know that through your movement, that God will heal you. He will make things straight. Sometimes healing is not always the physical healing. Sometimes it's the emotional, it is the spiritual healing. And I needed spiritual healing so that I could break out of where I was and reinvent myself and become who I am meant to be. I am becoming. And what I learned is that you have to be comfortable in the uncomfortable. And if you can do that, then you will give yourself a sense of peace and a sense of control over the situation that you're in, as long as you are allowing God to have the reins and to guide you the way that you're meant to go, because He is the one in control of it all. And so, coming up, I'm going to be doing a life seasons video so that you can figure out what life season that you're in, because knowing your life season, because like the Bible says, to everything there is a season, it will help the season that you're in become more easy to walk through the hard stuff, and more joy in all the good that that season has to offer you. And I've been paying attention, and I see that you guys also like that advice column. So we're going to bring that back again, and we're going to talk about the life seasons that you guys are in. So if you have questions, feel free to email me. My email address is askchauntel@gmail.com. That is AskChauntel. If I could be honest with you, it feels so good to be back and doing the thing that God gave me to do so many years ago. And I want to know, how you guys are doing. Definitely leave in the comment section below if you've ever felt like your story wasn't enough to tell. I want to hear about it in the comment section below. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. And just remember, you are not behind. You are becoming. Hugs and kisses. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe.